Move west, and security agencies in Bangladesh are on high alert ahead of a special tribunal verdict against deposed Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The International Crimes Tribunal will deliver its decision tomorrow. Hasina, along with her Home Minister and former police chief, is accused of crimes against humanity during last year's anti-government protests. Chief Prosecutor Mohammed Tajul Islam has demanded the death penalty, calling Hasina the mastermind of the violence. Hasina and Kamal were tried in absentia, while Al-Muman appeared as a state witness. The tribunal heard testimony from 54 witnesses over 28 working days, and the charges include murder, torture and ordering deadly crackdowns against protesters during the July uprising that toppled her government in August of 2024. Hasina fled to India since, after her unrest. She and her supporters say the charges are politically motivated. International lawyers have raised concerns about the fairness of the trial, calling it a politically charged process under an unelected interim government. The tribunal was originally set up in 1971 to try war collaborators, but its mandate was expanded to include leaders of the former government. Bangladesh remains tense as the country awaits Monday's ruling. Joining us now is Shoaib Chowdhury. He's the editor of the Blitz and he's located in Dhaka. Thank you very much for joining us here on NewsX World. Many international lawyers say that this trial is politically motivated due to lack of due process. Do you believe Sheikh Hasina can receive a fair verdict here?
Thank you very much. As you have mentioned that many international observers are saying that the cases and charges are politically motivated. We need to know that the chief prosecutor of the ICT is a member of Jamaat Islami, and most of the prosecutors, they are also members of the same political party. At the same time, it is important to mention that currently Sheikh Hasina faces 583 cases, out of which 324 are murder cases, and there are also 27 cases pending with the ICT. So this is what is going to be what the case where they are pronouncing verdict tomorrow, expected to pronounce verdict tomorrow, is one of those 27 cases. But of course, there are no solid evidences, nothing, no witnesses. These are all based on imaginary stories or concocted documents. So yes, you can say this is not only a politically motivated case, but we can clearly say it's a very much a first trial.
Okay, Shoaib, according to the Health Subcommittee of the Anti-Discrimination Students Movement, the total number of deaths last year during these protests is estimated to be about 1,580. So hundreds were killed last year in the uprising. Regardless of politics, does the state bear responsibility for such a high death toll under Hasina's watch?
Thank you for asking this question. As you mentioned, the number of cases, marked deaths are 1,400 plus. So it is also important to mention here that a very significant number of deaths took place from August 5th to August 15th, when Sheikh Hasina was already in India. And what Yunus has done, Mohammed Yunus, he has given indemnity to all the charges of murder, including murder of police and others, which took place from August 5th to August 15th. So in one hand, he is giving impunity, indemnity to the killers, and on the other hand, he is trying to only pursue the cases which goes against Sheikh Hasina. So it is also a gross violation of human rights, and also it's a gross violation of international rights. And also one more important point, that immediately after assuming the office on August 7th last year, Yunus publicly declared that he will take up the case against Sheikh Hasina with the International Criminal Court, ICC. But because they lack any ingredient for bringing this case to ICC, they immediately switched for taking it to ICT. And as you mentioned correctly, that actually ICT was formulated in 1973 for trying the Pakistani collaborator. And now they have, through a decree issued by Yunus, they have also turned this court against Sheikh Hasina. But again, Yunus regime itself is illegal because it lacks any legal ground in Bangladesh constitution. Under Bangladesh constitution, there is no provision of any interim government. So interim government itself is illegal, and the formation or giving ICT the right to try Sheikh Hasina itself is questionable. So altogether, it's a very harsh trial.
Shoaib Chowdhury, thank you very much for joining us. We eagerly await that verdict tomorrow. We'll bring it all to you here on NewsX World. We now move on.